This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
Welcome back, folks. I'm Jake Ellenbogen. Today we're going to get into something that could have been extremely bad and ended up not being bad, okay? Before we dive into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also, be sure to follow me on all social media and, of course, follow me on Instagram. Now, I want to make this very clear. Puka Nacua could have gotten severely injured in the joint practice against the Chargers. That'll be in a separate video. I'm going to break that all down, all the camp notes and everything that's out there. But Puka Nacua suffered a knee injury coming down on a reception in the end zone and definitely scraped his knee on the ground. It looked decently bad, but also not the worst. A lot of the injury analysts on Twitter and what have you said that it was a PCL injury. And sure enough, it ended up being okay. Okay. It looks to me like he's going to be fine. It looks to everybody like he's going to be fine. Sean McVay and the Rams have announced this is a week-to-week injury. And of course, Adam Schefter reported that sources are saying it doesn't appear serious. So this is really good. Now, the injuries are a problem, and I actually want to touch on that. But this is really good for the Rams because, they can't lose Puka Nacua. They can't be losing 3 out of their 5 offensive linemen, Puka Nacua, Darion Kench. This can't keep going on. So I do have a little bit of a bone to pick with the whole situation. Right now, I'm a little concerned because since they moved to Loyola, it just feels like every single time, every single day, there's a decent-sized injury, okay? We talked about, Kobe Turner was banged up, Ernest Jones. Then now 3 offensive linemen are playing. So I'm a little concerned by that. I do wonder for sure if it, has anything to do with like the field or anything like that. I'm not saying it does for sure. I'm just saying I'm very interested to know if anything. Well, I guess we'll never know. But the field definitely is a concern of mine because this has been a problem. So that's what I'll say about that. Before we get into the rest of the video, I just want to let you guys know that today's sponsor of the video is BetUS. You can get a 125% sign-up bonus up to $2,000 using my promo link in the comments section and the description below. BetUS is going to give you a ton of variety. You can bet on a bunch of different sports, of course, a bunch of different leagues as well. But also, you can do live betting in addition to that. So go check out BetUS. The link is in the description and comments section below. 125% sign-up bonus today when you sign up for BetUS. So, guys, Puka Nacua, he is going to be week to week. What does that mean for the Rams? Because I think he's going to be good to go for week 1. We don't know for sure, but there's no concern here from the source that Adam Schefter put. So that does give me a feeling in the air, kind of similar to Cooper Kupp getting hurt and Puka Nacua emerged. I think there's a really good chance that Jordan Whittington can get some serious reps during this time and kind of ramp himself up to the point where I guess he's a little bit above or a little bit beyond where he's supposed to be. And that's kind of how I viewed Puka Nacua. Yes, he was turning heads in camp. I'm not saying he wasn't. But starting to get those starting snaps was, I think, really what allowed Puka the important ramp-up process in camp to get to the point where he is ready to go week 1 the way he was. And that's kind of an exciting thing. That's how Sean McVay chooses to look at all these situations, which I think is the smart approach. Even though 3 out of the 5 offensive linemen were out, he looks at it as now these 3 guys are getting more playing time than they ever would have gotten. And I think that's a good way to look at it. Now, this doesn't always work out. And keep in mind, when you're not performing, so when you get the playing time, you're not doing anything with it, you're essentially holding back and letting down the rest of the players and your teammates. So that can definitely be noticed on the offensive line. That could be noticed when, quarterback makes a great pass and wide receiver drops it or runs the wrong route, whatever. But I do think that is a big silver lining to this whole thing. And the biggest silver lining is that as you probably saw the thumbnail, bullet dodged. They dodged a bullet. This easily could have been an ACL tear, okay? This easily could have been a torn Achilles. This easily could have been a season-ending injury. But the reality of it is it's not. And I know I said the other day that I was concerned about Jonah Jackson, all those guys, and I still am. But the same could be applied there. Now, you don't want to see injuries ever. And in the grand scheme of things, when you know that no injury has happened, as opposed to then just finding out an injury, you're not in the business of silver linings, because you're assuming right now everybody's healthy. Then you get that news and you're like, how can I feel good that it's not a torn ACL when I just found out he got hurt? Like, how can I feel good that he even got hurt? Well, the reality of it is this. When you have, essentially, when you know that there's no way to put it, this guy is injured, at that point, that's when the silver lining has to kick in. Oh, thank God he didn't have a season-ending injury. But when you're not having that, kind of ahead of time, you don't know about the injury, you just find out, you're like, how can I feel good about this? So, yeah, that's what I'll say about that. I think Puka Nacua is going to be fine for week 1. I don't think there's any chance in hell that he doesn't play in that game, and I don't think he would allow them to bench him at this point. There's a lot of Rams on this roster that were from last year and that want to play in that game and that feel like that game is a revenge game. There's that feeling in the air. So I think Puka is going to be back. But I think if you want to look at anything in the meantime, the silver lining effect here, I really think guys like Jordan Whittington are about to get some decent playing time. Tutu Atwell will emerge into a bigger role. Demarcus Robinson. But Jordan Whittington is the one that really is like Tutu Atwell is going to have a role. Don't listen to anybody that tells you Tutu Atwell's done. Tutu Atwell isn't. They're wrong. Okay, I hate to say it. I know it's not just my opinion. They're wrong. I mean, Tutu Atwell is going to have a role. We already know he's going to be the kick returner. We already know how important kick returning is. This year. And by the way, I think looking at the preseason and the way the kick return was used, how they had the 2 receivers back there, I think you're going to see Boston Scott next to Tutu Atwell. I think they're going to try and maybe do some handoffs or laterals, whatever. I think they'll use them both. But anyway, Atwell has a role. Demarcus Robinson has a role. But who's going to emerge? So after those 4 guys, who becomes that 5th receiver? Is it Tyler Johnson? Is it Xavier Smith, who's been having a good camp? I think it could be Jordan Whittington. I think there's a real shot here that Whittington could have an actual role with this team. And we're going to find out, because this is now an opportunity to get more reps for Jordan Whittington. So, in conclusion, I don't love injuries, obviously. I hate them. I think injuries are what robbed Ken Griffey Jr. from probably being the greatest baseball player of all time. Injuries robbed, in my opinion, they robbed so many guys. I mean, Todd Gurley was one of the greatest running backs I think we've ever seen. He had the most touchdowns in the league actively for a while. Even after he retired, he had more touchdowns than most guys. So, obviously injuries suck. We talked about, if you're a Rams fan who watched the St. Louis Rams even during that whole bad run, then you remember Denari Alexander. Okay, he had like 7 knee injuries, right? Injuries suck. They've cost us so much. And there are guys that I didn't mention that absolutely injuries ruined. But the reality of it is this. They are part of the game. They're part of a game. Okay, I'm not happy to report that. And I don't think I need to report that. I think we all realize injuries are an obstacle in any sort of sports game, event, anything. So, I think the idea that, Nacua's out, I'm just going to look at it as far as that goes of, okay, well, this guy's going to get more playing time now and feel a little bit better about that. But I'm not happy about this. Not at all. So we're going to see who makes the most of this. Hopefully the injuries calm the hell down. This is kind of brutal. It's very brutal. And I just think, I'm not saying it is the issue, but I still have an issue with the practice facility. Like, all these injuries are piling up, and at some point or another, like, you have to wonder, how's the field condition, you know? And maybe that's just like grasping at straws, but I think it's definitely an argument to be made when you have all these guys getting hurt. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. So we'll get into camp a little bit more in another video. I just want to put this out there, let you guys know that, yes, Puka Nacua was injured in the joint practice with the Chargers. Yes, it was an injury. Yes, it was a knee injury, but no, it's not an ACL. And yes, he's going to be okay, and he likely won't even miss a game. So think about it like that. Hopefully it doesn't aggravate over the course of time. Hopefully he doesn't have a setback, but as it stands right now, they're not concerned, and neither should we. So that's going to do it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also be sure to click that link after the video if you want to check out BetUS. The link is in the description, in the comment section. 125% sign-up bonus, up to $2,000 today with BetUS. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, folks. Later. Do you love talking about the Rams, the NFL, or just want to be a part of a community? Join my free Discord server today. We're over 800 members. We got 24/7 live chat, a level 3 boosted server, the ability to call into JE Live, playing online games with us on Kick streams, toggleable alerts for when I go live on YouTube or Kick so you don't miss a live stream, and exclusive giveaways. Click the link in the description, the comments section, or the link that comes up in the video to learn more and join today.